Explain why the National Constituent Assembly introduced the August Decrees. The National Constituent Assembly introduced the August Decrees on the night of 4-5 August 1789, formalized in 19 articles by 11 August, primarily to restore order in the provinces amid the rural unrest known as the Great Fear, while simultaneously advancing Enlightenment principles of equality and legitimizing the Assembly's revolutionary authority. These motives were interconnected. The immediate crisis of peasant violence forced decisive action, yet the deputies seized the opportunity to enact long-term ideological and political change, sweeping away the feudal remnants of the ancient regime. The most pressing reason was the need to pacify the countryside and prevent anarchy. Following the storming of the Bastille on 14 July 1789, rumors of an aristocratic famine plot and brigandage spread rapidly, triggering widespread peasant revolts across France. Châteaux were attacked, feudal records burned, and seigneurial dues refused, often regardless of whether the owners were sympathetic to the revolution. Deputies in Versailles received alarming reports of this great fear, which threatened property rights and social order. The Assembly, composed largely of property-owning bourgeois and liberal nobles, had no reliable military force at its disposal to suppress the unrest by coercion. Liberal deputies from the Breton Club, the forerunner of the Jacobins, argued that only a dramatic, symbolic gesture, abolishing feudal obligations, could calm the peasants and restore stability. On 4 August, Vicomte de Noailles and the Duc d'Aiguillon proposed the renunciation of feudal rights, sparking an emotional all-night session in which privileges were voluntarily surrendered. Without such action, the revolution risked descending into chaos. The decrees were thus a pragmatic response to restore calm and protect the gains already made since June 1789. Ideological commitment to equality and natural rights reinforced this practical necessity. Influenced by Enlightenment thinkers such as Rousseau and Montesquieu, many deputies viewed the feudal system as barbaric and incompatible with the principles of liberty and equality that the Assembly had already embraced. By declaring the nation sovereign on 17 June and taking the tennis court oath, the deputies had positioned themselves as reformers of the entire social order. The August Decrees extended this logic by abolishing personal serfdom, seigneurial justice, hunting rights, tithes, and venal offices, while declaring all citizens equal before the law. This aligned directly with the forthcoming Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, 26 August, proving the Assembly's dedication to the people rather than to the privileged orders. Some nobles and clergy participated enthusiastically, framing their sacrifices as patriotic self-abnegation. The session was later mythologized as a night of patriotic fervor. Thus, the decrees were not merely reactive, but represented a deliberate ideological break with the corporate society of the ancient regime, unifying France under a single legal framework. Politically, the decrees also strengthened the Assembly's position against both the monarchy and potential counter-revolution. Louis XVI had already shown reluctance to accept the Assembly's authority, e.g., his delayed recognition of the National Assembly and the troop concentrations in July. By sweeping away noble and clerical privileges, the deputies undermined the traditional pillars of royal power and demonstrated that sovereignty now resided in the nation, not the king. Moreover, abolishing feudalism helped secure peasant loyalty to the revolutionary cause, preventing the rural majority from turning against the bourgeois-led assembly. Although the initial decrees were later moderated, e.g., distinguishing between personal servitudes abolished outright and redeemable dues requiring compensation, the gesture bought time for the assembly to draft a constitution and consolidate its power. In this sense, the August Decrees were a calculated political masterstroke that transformed a crisis into an opportunity to cement the revolution's achievements. In conclusion, the National Constituent Assembly introduced the August Decrees because the immediate threat of rural disorder left them with no alternative but radical reform. Yet this necessity dovetailed perfectly with their ideological vision of equality and their political aim of establishing national sovereignty. The result was the legal death of feudalism in France, a foundational moment that shifted the revolution from constitutional protest to profound social transformation. While implementation proved complex and some dues persisted until 1793, the decrees undeniably calmed the provinces, fulfilled Enlightenment aspirations, and secured the Assembly's revolutionary legitimacy.